intensified their protest action. A message that had been circulating on social media since then had called for protest action against the employment of foreigners as truck drivers and security guards. This resulted in several trucks being burned. For more on this, we are joined by Zamani Thwala from the Truckers Association of South Africa. Zamani, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
Firstly, what's your reaction to the situation as it has been unfolding? We are in the second week now.
Firstly, I'd like to say, as an association, Truckers Association of South Africa, we are strongly against the xenophobic attacks against truck drivers, foreign truck drivers in South Africa.
Well, at the moment, there has been concern raised by truck drivers in South Africa. Earlier, they were saying that they are sitting at home. Some of them are not working and not getting opportunities because employers prefer to get foreign truck drivers who are not properly documented. What do you say about that?
I think the issue we need to start looking at is for the drivers that are employed. Firstly, drivers, they need to be properly documented. If we have South African drivers that are properly documented, that they have all the necessary documents to drive, your driver's license, your PDPs, those ones we can say they can be employed. But when it comes to other foreign truck drivers, I mean, we work across Africa, we work across borders. So in terms of employing foreign truck drivers, it also brings us back to the issue of traveling to other countries. Say, for instance, we have drivers that are Mozambican. It's easier for them to talk to or to travel to their country because they know their country, the language barrier as well. So we do employ foreign drivers and South African drivers as truckers, employers.
But then who are these employers, the truck owners? Who are they?
Employers are any employer that employs drivers in South Africa. For us, as an association, we represent emerging black truckers. So we are the employers. As employers, we need to make sure that all drivers that get on our trucks, they are properly documented, they have all the necessary documents to be on the roads. If
the process to employ truck drivers is so tight, how come we are in this situation?
It's not tough. It depends on the documentation, like I said. We need to, again, look at what are the correct steps that we follow in terms of hiring our drivers. I mean, if we talk about foreign drivers, we have the Department of Transport, we have the Department of Labor, we have the Department of Home Affairs. They are the ones that need to put together regulations to say, if you want to drive as in South Africa, these are the proper documents that you must have.
Now, at the moment, the local drivers are having a problem because they are saying that there's preference for these foreign drivers who are in South Africa and how they got there and how they got to be in informal settlement, to be waking up every day to go to work, passing them along the lines when they are waiting for a call to say that there's a truck available for you and you are traveling to a certain destination. That is not happening. That's the gripe that they have.
As employers, when you are employing a driver, firstly, we need skilled drivers, we need experienced drivers, and also it brings me back to the point of properly documented drivers, like your driver's license, your PDPs, everything. So if they have all the proper documents, I mean, I don't see a need why they shouldn't be employed. So as drivers, we look at, as truck owners, we look at all those documentations.
Well, in terms of interfacing with other stakeholders, do we understand the proportion of how many truck drivers who are in South Africa who are employed here, and how many foreign truck drivers are in the country for the sake of this cross-boundary traveling?
I think as an association, it also brings us back to the other stakeholders that are involved, which is your Department of Labor, your Department of Home Affairs. They should have the proper numbers to say how many foreigners do we have in South Africa, how many foreigners are drivers in South Africa. So they are the ones that should have the numbers to say these are the number of truck drivers that we have in South Africa. Are they properly documented? Your cross-border agencies, they are the ones that should have that database to say, do we have enough drivers in South Africa, or why are we outsourcing drivers from other countries?
So now what's going to happen, because the reason why there had been xenophobic attacks and trucks being burned in Clare Estate, it was as a result of the drivers saying that they had raised this issue and nobody was listening to them. So they got frustrated, hence they took it to the streets.
We need to come together as an organization, hence we are here. We are saying let's come together as different stakeholders, different departments of government, to say let's work together in resolving this issue. I mean, we have drivers that are South African that go to other countries. We wouldn't want our drivers to be ill-treated in other countries. So we need to come together as different stakeholders in the transport and freight industry to say, let's resolve this. We need each other at the end of the day.
Yeah, you could be having a point now, the issue of perception. If ever there's a truck driver from Mozambique and having a gig, or shall I say, an opportunity to drive here in South Africa, and for local drivers see a foreign national driving a truck in South Africa who's properly documented, don't you think that is going to cause a rift? And how then do you address a problem like that in terms of perceptions?
In terms of perception, like I said, for our drivers, if they're going to other countries, I'm sure other countries, they also offer different documentations for our drivers to go to neighboring countries. So if those drivers, it's up to us to educate the public, our members, to say, for drivers who have proper documentation, they should be documented like this. And for drivers that are leaving the country, going to other countries, they also have to have proper documentation. So it's a matter of educating our country and telling them these are the right steps to follow.
All right. Thank you so much for making time to speak to us.
Thank you very much, Colin, for having me.
All right. That's Zamani Thwala from the Truckers Association of South Africa.